Picture this. It's Saturday morning. Border agents are still on duty. ICE is still patrolling the streets. Air traffic control is still working, but a huge chunk of the federal government, lights out. Now, here's the part that hits everyone. Whether you're a taxpayer, a traveler, or a small business that sells to Uncle Sam, this shutdown won't be the whole government. It would be a partial shutdown. And the agencies on the might go dark list include some of the biggest ones in your daily life and your revenue pipeline. In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to do 3 things to help you guys out. Explain what's happening, why it's happening, and give 3 specific actions small business government contractors should do today to protect cash flow and contracts.
We have to pass the budget.
It's the speaker's fault. He won't compromise.
This is ridiculous. We're running out of time.
Now, the deadlines and the stakes are coming up quickly. We're in a classic Washington squeeze play. Government funding for much of the government is going to run out on Friday night, this Friday night, meaning a lapse hits at 12:01 a.m. Saturday. If Congress doesn't pass the remaining funding package in time, about half the government could be forced into a partial shutdown. But unlike the movies where everything stops, this one's more like some doors lock, some stay open, some, who knows? We'll figure it out when we get to that point in the shutdown. But what's happening right now? Well, here's the setup that you need to know. The House has already moved spending bills to fund the government through the rest of the fiscal year. The Senate now has to clear them, but this is where a math problem comes in. Republicans have a Senate majority, but they still need 60 votes to move this package under Senate rules forward. That means they need Democratic votes. And Senate Democrats are saying, no, not if it includes DHS as written. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer's position is blunt. He called the DHS bill woefully inadequate to rein in ICE and said Senate Democrats will not provide the votes to proceed if the DHS funding bill is included. Democrats want to pass the other parts and renegotiate DHS separately. Basically, keep the government open, but put DHS/ICE in the penalty box until we get guardrails up. Republicans are saying, nope, keep the package intact, because if you change it, you may have to send it back to the House and time is running out. Therefore, with a possible agreement between Democrats and Republicans on the budget looking less and less likely, we probably should get into what a partial shutdown actually means, because you're probably hearing this from a lot of different areas. So let's translate partial shutdown into plain English. So what is a partial shutdown? Well, it happens because Congress has already passed funding for some parts of the government, but not others. So funded agencies keep running normally while unfunded agencies stop non-essential work, furlough staff, and pause a lot of day-to-day operations. Likely to remain open, though, because they've already have funding been associated with them, are, I think, DOJ, Commerce, Agricultural, Interior, Veterans Affairs, and there's others. At risk in this standoff are agencies in the remaining package, including Department of Homeland Security, Department of Defense, Labor, Health and Human Services, Education, Transportation, Housing and Urban Development, State Department, and Treasury Department. Now, even in a shutdown, some critical functions are going to continue with them. Law enforcement, border security, air traffic control, they don't just vanish and go away. But the support systems around them, hiring, contracting actions, admin processing, and a lot of the program operations can slow down or stop altogether. Now that we've gone over the background about why we're looking down the barrel of a government partial shutdown this Friday, let's get into the meat and potatoes of what small business government contractors need to do today. So here's those 3 top things small business government contractors need to do today. All right. So if you're a small business government contractor, you need to protect yourself starting now. First off, do a 30-minute contract triage. Think, which work is funded? Pull your top contracts and answer these 3 questions. Is your program office in one of the at-risk agencies? Is your current CLIN funded and obligated? Who can issue a stop work? And what does your contract say about shutdown procedures? And this matters because shutdowns don't just pause agencies. They pause contract modifications, awards, invoice approvals, option exercises, and onboarding. List kind of goes on. You get the picture. Number 2, protect cash flow like it's hurricane prep. If you only do one thing, really do this. Accelerate invoicing where allowed. Confirm invoice routing and points of contact. Build a conservative cash flow plan today. And if you're thin, talk to your bank now, not after the lights flicker. Because the first thing a shutdown breaks for contractors is rarely the work, it's the timing of money. Number 3, prepare for stop work orders and document everything. If a stop work hits, your best friend is documentation. Labor hours, vendor commitments, demobilization and remobilization costs, and schedule impacts. The contractors who recover fastest aren't just the ones with greater performance, they're the ones who can clearly show impact and costs cleanly and immediately. Bonus move, by the way, is if your pipeline is concentrated in one at-risk agency, spend the next 48 hours widening the funnel. Think subcontracting, think SLED, or think agencies that are already funded. So that's the moment. It's a shutdown deadline, a DHS standoff, and a partial shutdown that could freeze major chunks of government while others stay open. If you got a question, if you got a thought, drop a comment below. Talk about which agencies you're with. Talk about if we're most exposed. We'll answer every single comment that comes in. And if you want, we can always do a follow-up for any questions that you may have. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe because it really helps our channel, really gets the message out. Make sure to share, make sure to like. We'll see you next time.